So this is the website. This is a free resource that you can use to compare cost of living between different cities and different, cities internationally, all the things. So we're going to do an example or two right now. Hold on one second. So what you do is, let me read what it is. Numbeo is the world's largest cost of living database. Numbeo is also a crowdsourced global database of quality of life data, housing indicators, perceived crime rates, healthcare quality, transportation quality, and other statistics. Now, if I mispronounce the name of this site, y'all know what I'm talking about. So we are going to select, where did I say? I'm going to do Cancun, right? So we're going to do Cancun, Mexico. And we're going to compare it with, let's just do New York to start, right? So we're going to do New York. I already signed up on this. I'm on a different, you know what? I'm on a different daggone. Okay, so what I need to do is take this off screen for a second so I can sign up again. Hold on one second. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this back up. Add to stage. Here we go. Okay, so let's read what it says. Cost of living comparison between New York and Cancun. Cancun is 61.4% lower than New York without rent. Cost of living including rent in Cancun is 72.1% lower than in New York. Rent prices in Cancun are 85.5% lower than in New York. Restaurant prices in Cancun are 58.6% lower than in New York. Grocery prices in Cancun are 57.5% lower than in New York. And local purchasing power in Cancun is 55.3%. And just to put that, let me get rid of this. Put that in comparison. I want you to know right now, today, the Mexican peso to dollar conversion is, I think is it 20? I looked the other day, it was like 20, but it changes every day. So I just want to make sure. It is, why are they asking me to sign in again? Yep, it's 20 for every $1 you're supposed to get $20.50 right now. And so the cost of living there the conversion rate is spectacular. So let's go on a little bit more about the cost of living. So if you look at a restaurant that in New York that would cost you $30, in Cancun it will cost you under 10. If you are looking at a meal at McDonald's that'll cost you $12, well, it's McDonald's, so they're gonna inflate the price at any touristy area, but it's under 10. Domestic beer, a pint is $9 in New York, $2.21 in Cancun. Let's talk about eggs now. I was in the store yesterday and the eggs were much higher than this. They were like $7 and change. And so let's just go with this because maybe it's not updated today, but that same $5 carton of eggs will be $2 in Cancun. Bananas, a pound, $1 in New York, 69 cents in Cancun. Transportation, and you could keep reading this. Again, the name of the site is numbeo.com, and it's a cost of living comparison. You could also find crime statistics and all of that other stuff. But utilities, that's what I wanted to go to. And I wanted to go into, if you look, ciao, we are being hoodwinked and bamboozled. So let's look at a mobile phone plan. with only 10 gigabytes and data, 10 gigabytes of data. You're looking at $69. In Mexico is $21, which is almost 69% savings. Internet, you're looking at a 55% savings. Basic electricity, which includes basics electricity, including heating, cooling, water, and garbage for a 915 square foot apartment. In New York, it's 178, so they say. I don't believe that, but it's $103 in Mexico. Let's do rent. That's what is really key. So if you're looking at a 1-bedroom apartment in the city center of New York, you're going to pay $4,083. In Mexico, you're looking at $683, which is an 83% savings. Like, come on, y'all. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Being hoodwinked and bamboozled. That's what we're doing. But anyway, if you're looking for a 3-bedroom apartment in the city center, so I guess they're saying near Manhattan, near and around Manhattan here in New York, we're looking at $8,500 or $8,600. And then in Cancun, we're looking at just over $1,000. Now, if you're looking outside of the city center, both of those numbers drop, but it's still an 84% differential. And then they talk about home, like if you're buying an apartment per square foot, 90+% differential in Cancun versus New York. And then salaries, well, we're not working there unless if you're a resident, you can't work there. So we're not going to worry about that. But we can do other cost of living. Let me see what time. It's 7 o'clock. How long have I been on here? We'll do one more. No one put any comments on what they want to check out. So I'll just pick another place. So let's do Merida. Let's do Merida, and I need a U.S. destination. So let's do Merida, Mexico, and we're going to compare it with, let's do Atlanta. A lot of people are in Atlanta. And again, cost of living in Merida is 49%. Can y'all see this? I want to make sure. Yeah, okay. Cost of living in Merida is 49% lower than in Atlanta without rent. Cost of living, including rent, is 56% lower than in Atlanta. Rent prices in Merida are 79.2% lower than Atlanta. Restaurant prices are 50% lower than Atlanta. Grocery prices are 53% lower than Atlanta. And local purchasing power in Merida, of course, is 70. It's always going to be lower. And then let's just go into the rent. Let's just see what the rent is looking like. So if you live in the city center in a 1-bedroom apartment of Atlanta, you're looking at paying $1,900 a month. In Merida, you're looking at $557 a month. A 70% differential, 71%. Child. Maybe the heat's not too bad after all, huh? And then if you're looking at a 3-bedroom, you're looking at over $3,100 in the center of Atlanta, where it's just over $1,008, or let's say $1,009 in Merida, which is a 68% differential. Still just it's ridiculous that we are doing what we're doing. But I understand, most of us make way more money here than if we were, getting salaries in Mexico. But if you start your own business, if you have your own business, if you can work from anywhere, if you're retired, if you're close to retiring, this is the time. Now is the time to go ahead and start researching